just in the middle of putting makeup on. This is how I've been doing it here. And eating some grapes, and they come in a crinkly bag, but I used to wake up in the middle of the night and go grab a whole bag of those and just eat all of them. That works out. It's extra hard, I'd wake up at like sometimes 2 in the morning and it's like, oh, God, I couldn't go back to sleep with them and go something to eat. Then I would like eat a bunch of grapes. When I threw the stems away, I think you made it look like it was something else. I guess I should have thought about that. Should have thought about my actions before I did them. Well, they're trying to bring me, so I better not eat when I'm hungry. Better do something else. That's crinkly. I should call the place and tell them not to put it in a crinkly bag. Oh my God. Anyways, this is the mirror I got from the store. But if you were just listening, it sounded like a mirror for drugs. But I use it so I can see. Like when I put makeup on, I use a mirror. All I know is there was exactly $7 left in my checking account, and I actually brought it up on my phone today. Like I opened my Comerica online banking checking account access to the internet and checked my account, and there's $7 in there, which is not that big of a deal. The only thing is they have prescriptions to go pick up, and there's 2 of them, and they're exactly $7. Oh my God, you're fucking. They've only been doing that to me like every time for 10 years with all my money, all of it. It's really weird because I was like, I need some new tank tops. I probably need summer clothes. And then as I got off my phone, I was like totally writing on Facebook about like Kenneth and Terry stealing my money and pretending like the wedding that they were having, that he was marrying someone else, that it was me that he married, and then he got a divorce from me because they embezzled my money. Like, and so he was like running in out of houses that I was at because they staged him before I got there, just like they did with my phone. So then he just sent me a thing right now, like after I got on there, that said like Jurassic Park and showed me that he was hacking on my phone right at this moment in time. I don't know why he did that though, because I was hoping I could save that page so that way you guys could see that he got onto my Walgreens pharmacy medical records to try and kill me and take all my money and change my prescription prices around every time I go pick them up. Is this still Jurassic Park or is it going to be Heather Park? I don't think you've won your battle. In fact, you're losing all of it. Not only have they hacked my phone, they've hacked it so that they can see when I'm on it. They've hacked it so that my outgoing calls go to them. They've hacked it so that my bank account money goes into their account and they can see my account when I get on my account on my phone by hacking it. So They even built a tower around here and then blocked my tower cell from getting like my updates. Like I have to go pick up 2 prescriptions. And since he just got on my account legally, maybe, I don't think it is, and raised my price to $7 from either $1 for generic or 3 for the other. That's all it's supposed to be. Regardless if it's just $7, it was because it wanted to take every bit out of my bank account, make it look like I left to go get drugs. And the thing is, when I just brought up my updates on my phone, on my Gmail, because it sends me thing from the pharmacy from Walgreens and it'll say my prescription's ready for pickup. It showed the 2 updates, but it won't let me load them. Because I think whoever could see them when I loaded them would have known that that's what I left to go buy. And they want to make it look like I go buy drugs. Because Kenneth Dodge breaks his inses. And he tries to fucking put dead animals in rooms that I'm in. So that way when they remove it and there's bugs all over the place. And they try and find ways to get you sick with all these crazy fucking moronic ideas that they have. He also did steal my food card a long time ago. And I think he claimed that my son was his son somehow. I do believe that when he was kidnapped for part of the time, they would bring him in the same house that I was at, either in the middle of the night or when I wasn't home, and pretend like I wasn't watching him and leave him there and record it. That was only because they embezzled my money. And so they needed my son to make it look like it was child support money, because through the county building, when I went inside there, they decided to say that I was paying $500 a month in child support. Now they're making it look like that was a ghost payment and it never existed. And so then they were going to try and have all these people get me pregnant. Yeah. So they could make up for the other $350 that was missing out of my bank account every month. Oh my God, you're fucking. I just don't want them to go to so much trouble. It seems like they're spending more money to steal my money, except for when my $300,000 didn't go in my bank account. That's probably why. Oh my God. I think he lost weight, though. They change their weights and their names in each house and location every time I move. I've told you that, though. I can't believe how many times, maybe 285,000 times in probably 10 years, I've walked up and down streets and tried to get killed by them over and over and over and over and again, so many times that it was over and over again, that they want to make it look funny when people were getting raped, so it was funny, silly. And so they make little songs about it, and then they get on my phone and show me what they just did to me. So, like, let's say if I was supposed to go pick up a prescription, and I'm supposed to get my refill, and you hacked my phone. You guys totally thought you were going to get my prescription. Like, totally. Oh my God, you thought you were going to get it, didn't you? And you didn't. And so they actually changed the address to where it was being sent to a different Walgreens, and I go to the same one. And then that was only to cover up the fact that they stole it and then tried to make it look like it was just sitting at a different place and quick filled it. That's the only reason they quick filled it. The fucking whore got onto my account. It's called my University of Michigan medical records account. It's mine. It's for medical purposes, and it's mine. And Sarah and Terry and Kenneth Dodge all get on there and write whatever the fuck they want. They even change prices around on bills. And then they make it look like that's where the fucking money of mine that's missing was going to. So when I called DHS and said, Kenneth Dodge stole my food card, like he broke in my hotel room and he stole my food card and did whatever else he did to me. Regardless of the fact, if he's that big of an idiot, he is. So when he stole it and I called and reported it, and Miss Hershey answered as my caseworker, they decided to cancel my health insurance and try and murder me. So they've been doing that this entire time with my health insurance. In fact, the mail truck came here 4 hours after I got to this house. I don't know how the mail truck would know. I don't have to change my address. I'm not on parole or tether or anything. So 4 hours after I move somewhere, I don't have to let the mailman know unless he changed my mail around. Oh, that's right, he did. All of it. But I think what got me going just now was when I got in my prescriptions to see if they were ready and it said ready for pickup and it didn't show up on my Gmail part. I knew they were hiding it because they just changed the price around on it. And that's how they did it. So they made a new web layout and made their own. You're fucking. So it wasn't my choice to move. It wasn't my choice to end up at a hotel for a week, and it's also not my choice where I land. It has all to do with my phone being hacked, and the driver that I have is the attorney that helped embezzle my money. So, oh my god, you're fucking. So when he took my kid did it, it was just to make it look like that's I didn't need my kid, but on paper, it looks like he didn't steal my money. It looks like it went for child support for my kidnapped son. And the really fucked up thing is this other weird guy that tried to kill me in Twin Lake, and I was only there for a couple weeks or whatever, and my family showed up there for a minute. I don't know why they did because they're not my family anymore, but they shouldn't have. um, I had just changed my like area code to my Cascade location because I lived here for a year in a condo in the same condo of the same guy that lied about his name and like who he was and like every time we got in the car made up a fake story and like I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about and then he'd act like I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about and these people are talking to me like I'm 12 so I think they were trying to make it look like it was Sydney Norman in the car because they were driving my car around and she was calling herself baby girl and then they were like hacking my internet access and stuff so like Tiffany and Gary are sitting at that house with Sarah Paquin and all them and they get on my phone is because it's a computer and they get on it and they hack it all my monies, all of them, all my monies. Oh my god, you're fucking. Now they just thought they were gonna get to frame me and make it look like I was gonna have to call DHS and tell them that somebody got food for me. And I must not be claiming that somebody got me something to eat. But the fucked up thing is I was waiting for him to do it because when I called them and told them that they stole all of it, they were like, "Oh yeah, well we're not going to give you that." So I don't have anything to say to DHS office either. You're fucking. So every time I move, I have to keep changing all these addresses, and if I don't, they hurry quick try to kill me. I mean, in less than 4 seconds that I have to plug in my WeMet and plug in anything else that's in my room. If I don't, I end up, they try to, every time I fill up a prescription that's like antibiotic, they put me in a room with bugs and try and get me infected and then not fill my prescription. Oh my god, you're fucking. But I'm sure like you could do sound effects like in the background. It's really cool. Like, is that your job? Like, you get paid to like sit in a room next to mine. Like, I already know that that was going to be in this one before I even arrived here, so that you could go click 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 or click click, make it sound like I'm smoking or something. That's crinkly. Fuck it. I better not eat those. I don't think they realize like how much I hate them. So like feelings mutual. Trust me on that one. Not only did they do that, but they brought up like when I first moved into the condo that was in Cascade. I'm not there now. I'm like out on a farm somewhere. When I moved into there and I lived there for a year every day, every time I left there, he made it look like I was just stopping there. Every time the same guy that lived in the house that was giving me a ride, he made it look like I just stopped there. That I didn't live there. So he'd park all weird and run around all over the place, park his car around the block, come around back. Because they would jump in my car and take the fuck off. Oh my God. I was just thinking, it was like Dell Computers. Isn't that like Tom Dell? Like Tom Dell, isn't it Justin Ego's friend? Like Tom Dell Computers. But then I was like, well, I don't know if that's just like I know like Gary that was over at Tiffany Dodge's house that has three kids. That's Andrew's twin sister. He's a computer hacker and he lives there. And Tiffany did lots of drugs and so they were making it look like I was Tiffany. In fact, they were like even recording it and making it look like I was Tiffany. She was also wearing my clothes around. So they did that for a long time too. So I think I went to rehab for her. So she didn't have to go. So at least I had somewhere to stay though. I mean, it's all good. They got to like hack my computer and my phone and like just steal all my money. So it's not a big deal that they're doing the whole $7 thing, that I have to go get it. Because the only reason it's not a big deal is because I'm gonna borrow some money and I'm gonna put it on my fucking card on purpose. I think I should leave that card. Maybe I should open an account and leave that number right there. And then when I go down to the police station or to the FBI, I can show them what you've been doing. Either that or we could make a deal. Because I like totally want my fucking car, my car, in my name, in my fucking condo, in my name, with all new shit in my name. I don't know if I can borrow some money. I was thinking I was gonna call like DHS, the same people that like tried to frame me for them because they stole my shit and then tried to kill me. So like DHS tried to kill me. They helped try to kill me. I mean, seriously, tried to kill me. They helped do it. They knew I needed my health insurance to stay alive, so they kept trying to like turn it off and on like a light switch. And then I'd see like Kenneth drive by and be like, "Here's the light switch." So like if I moved somewhere else, they would be like, "Well, this is the location. We're gonna have to go through your paperwork or something." They'll say that like as soon as I catch them, like changing my prescription price around. Like for a long time, it was like $30 when I'd go pick them up. So like I would have like only $30 left for the month to spend because they already stole 850 out of the account for the month. and then charged me child support out of my second payment, which they're already stealing out of the first one, which probably doesn't even go to child support. It probably just goes into their fucking bank account. But I wouldn't know because I don't see my children, and that's on purpose too, so that way we won't figure out all where the money's at. You're fucking mom. But that's okay. I don't need a life. I think it's like more important for you guys to like make a crinkly noise and cough. I mean, that's my life. Crinkly noises and coughs. I'm not an illegal immigrant either. And so that little story is not going to pan out either for kidnapping. Although, if my father has my son, I hope he does. That I won't charge him with kidnapping. But if it's like one of these guys that are pretending like who they just they claimed my daughter this entire time too on my on their taxes. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Like Lisa Angelini and Sarah and like all of them got together and like they were just like Tiffany might have even been, they're just doing it on their computer and they get on my phone and they just like send whatever they want to it and they like hack my phone like when they're looking at it so they can get on my page and change the web layout really quick. So for a long time, I'd like hurry and look, and if I didn't look fast enough, they would change it by the time it got to my Gmail. So if I was supposed to have like some certain antibiotic that was getting filled, they'd quick try and like change the price on it before it got sent to my Gmail. And you could see them doing it. So like it'd go down the screen to like pop up and show me that I just sent my refill in. And then all of a sudden there would be a new page layout and I could see it pop up over the top of mine and quick change it. And so like the $0 price would go to 12 or 15 or 30 or sometimes 80. For almost 2 years, it was $80 for pain medicine. That was supposed to be $0. But they said it was because I shouldn't be having it. Although I went into shock without it. So. So then when I reported it, they kept trying to fuck with my health insurance and all of my mail. Everything. Pieces of my mail, they take it and they scan it and they change all the wording around along with the numbers around. So. I think that's why he was gonna act like he married me and then we were getting a divorce. And then like my kid was his kid or something. Then this Bree girl at this last wound care appointment I go to downtown, every time I go there, there's something going on that's horrible. Anyway, she walks up to my leg and starts scrubbing it with a dry gauze. I'm like, you fucking whore. I've told you guys like 15 times that it makes it worse when you do that. Could you not? Or is this like a real doctor's appointment or what's going on? Do you work here? Like, do you have a normal name tag? Like, is this really a doctor's office? You fucking. It's just sad, I guess. I guess that's what you call it. They even went to the extreme to where, like, when I was getting in the car, he was like, this is called a Garmin GPS. I'm going to show you how to use it. I was like, my fucking Lincoln that just got stolen has a built-in GPS. I know how to use one. Besides, those ones came out like 15 years ago. Well, I don't know if you're going to remember how to drive. I was like, well, I was driving last week before you stole my car. So that's probably why I won't remember. Is that Is that why you're saying it out loud? Oh my God. So you wonder why I say I'm going to kill you, because if I was running around saying that to you all day, and you're like, of course I know what the fuck I'm doing. I've been driving since I was 16. I wouldn't forget overnight because you stole a $70,000 car from me. I didn't forget. You fucking. They figured if they ran around and like out loudly made it sound like I was a whore, then it wouldn't look like they were stealing it from me. They would look like sugar daddies, even though they didn't have any money and they needed mine. Which doesn't make him a sugar daddy now, does it? Doesn't sound so sugar daddy, does it? I was like, and besides, they just changed my GPS around. So every single time I type something in to go somewhere, it would send us to the wrong location. And he would be like, I don't think you know how to tell directions on there. I was like, nope, they've hacked it. See, so you could say that. You guys forgot you did that? Because see, when I figured out everything, because I knew what you guys were doing to me, obviously I'm gonna figure out why you're doing it and how you're doing it and what your motive is. Because it's me you're doing it to. So all of a sudden my silly phone is full and it just won't let me look at my new updates to show that my prescriptions are ready. So when I leave, it looks like I'm going to get drugs. And I'm going to get back anything I make that's crinkly can cough. Because I'll make dinner. I do the same thing. And then I'm going to do yoga because I didn't do it last night. It actually didn't work out yesterday at all. Which means cracked it. You're fucking... But if I would have, it'd have been like, oh my God, she has an eating disorder. And then the next day it's like, she huffs paint. And then the next day it's like, she's in there cutting herself. And then the next day it's, she's going to hurt someone. And I'm like, yeah, I am going to hurt someone. That's not a question. But if I say anything, you could totally send somebody to carry me the fuck upside down and poke me with needles. There's no laws involved in this whole situation. So, like, on both ends, there's not. So, when you got the kind of adrenaline I got going, because my son, he had Christmas, and I ordered that guitar, and it's like in this room, and I don't know what he looks like. I don't even know what he looks like. But I can't get a hold of him because I just got done telling you guys that they're transferring my calls to them. That's why they didn't want to have any gas up in the to go drive it. And then it would look like I didn't know what I was doing or broke it or couldn't drive. Then as soon as that happens, my phone shuts off. Like, it still has a battery charge to it, but it'll shut off. Like, because somebody just, like, who's not hacking it shuts it off. So as I got on the cart and the farm, so there wasn't anybody, like, out there dealing me drugs. I actually wanted to go see the cows because they got a whole bunch of baby ones out there. Because they're the only people I like. I was debating on what to do with my driver's license, but I was like, well, that's okay because they know somebody's using it. So. Hopefully she doesn't get any points or anything on it, though. It'd suck for me, I think. Also, by the way, when I first moved into the condo here, I was getting like every month, like my account was getting 750 plus then it was supposed to get another 850, but that one's like completely missing. We call that Never Never Land and a ghost land. He's like, well, if you can't, can you prove it? I'm like, why aren't you asking like, do you want to speak to someone back here about it? Why are you asking that? Can you prove it? I was just wondering if you weren't doing that, then how come somebody erased all of my prescriptions the day I moved into that condo off of my Walgreens account? Every single one of them. Then turned around and sent me a fake bill from Airway Oxygen, making it look like I owed money for medical supplies that I already received and already had the invoice for at $0 and changed it so that when I called to order them, I didn't have any of those coming either. So I wouldn't have my medicine. I was on the 3rd floor and I wouldn't have any of my medical supplies that go on my leg, which helps it to make it the only way that I can walk and cover it up to keep it healthy. I'm not going to uncover it so that you can have bugs bite on it. So, I'm supposed to have that on there. So they did this all at the same time, like all in the same day, and then sent me fake paperwork, stole my mail, changed my debit card around, and made it so that, like, because I just got done paying $320 for rent and then a $50 deposit. So then he changed it so that when my deposit came, somehow he knows when my deposit comes and he can move my money around. Really fucked up, huh? So when he did that, he sent me one that said I was only going to get $400 for the month. And so he wanted $320 for rent, and then I needed to pay my $60 phone bill. Oh, I was just wondering, then my prescriptions were $20. I was like, God damn, I'm not going to have any fucking makeup. So I was like, fuck you, I ain't paying that. I want my makeup. So I got my makeup. So they went in my room and tried to ruin it all. So I just went and got some more. Then didn't give him any money that month. They just ruined my eyeliner here, but nobody goes in my room. They've been doing that since I lived on Beach Street. You're fucking mom. No, actually at Andrew's mom's house. Although, when I go to Walgreens and I buy this for $7 or $8, it costs that. It's not freer. So there's going to be a charge on my counter. You're fucking... They might be changing the entity around, though, of where it's really coming from. I'll talk in baby talk. Maybe you'll understand it. Talk in your language. Retarded language. That's not why they ruin it, though. They want me to go buy another one, though. So it looks like I have a way to go. I need something. I have to go buy drugs. So it looks like I'm buying drugs. Because I don't do drugs and they know that, but they're lie. So they gotta make it look like I am. So then I got bugs or bites all over me on purpose. That was really horrible. I was ready to kill someone. You're fucking... fact, they put their paws all over my belongings, broke in my room. Didn't say anything about me having to move ever. Then when I got there, all my stuff was in the garage. And he dropped me off at a condemned hotel where they staged the room. Because, in fact, he went and got the keys before I even got there. Which means, like, when I was at the laundromat, he went and got the hotel room. And then they went and put eggs and bugs all over my bed. So, oh my gosh. And then they have nowhere else to go. And you sold my car. So, oh my God. And all my money here. And so every time I have some, you charge me whatever's left in my counter. I want you to go to jail. Or in fact, I don't want any money. I want you to go to jail. Oh, not to top it off, there was a Cascade Immediate Care Center right on the corner of where I lived at when they did that. And so they knew that's where I was going to head her. So when I got inside there was a crack-headed girl named Andrea Anderson who married Max Anderson, the mailmaner, and Lindsay Wiersma. One of them has a tether, but they made it look like I had a tether. And they changed all my mailer with all them. They helped do it because Brooke Anderson and Casey Anderson and Max Anderson are brothers. And Brooke Anderson was dating Tiffany. And Andrea Anderson and Lindsay Wiersma are best friends. And she's married to Max Anderson, the actual mailman that was like driving all the way over to the Dodge's house to pick up mail on a route that wasn't his. Just mine, though. Anyways, when I got to that Cascade Immediate Care Center, I had nothing on my leg. It was like 100 degrees outside her. And I needed my stuff for my leg to wrap it, at least for that day, so I could just like wear that one for like 3 or 4 days if I had to, until some more supplies came or I could figure out how to get some. But they weren't letting me get them because Jennifer was answering my phone when I called out her. So it was kind of hard to, or whoever. And so she was lying on the phone. The Cascade Care Center said, "Sorry, we can't see you. We can pick who we want to see. We're a private entity." That's what they said. "You need to go to the number 6 Ransom entrance in downtown Grand Rapids to the emergency room. So we can keep you there and say you're going to come get you committed. And then not give you your medicine and watch you suffocate to death." I was like, okay, or I'm not going there. Or thank you, though. Or, you're fucking, oh my God. But anyways, the Andrea Anderson, I think she has like 6 DUIs. I know she went to prison a few times for it. And Lindsay Wiersma drove through an apartment building, so I don't think she has her licensor either. But I think they got minor when they broke in her. Someone did. I mean, I have one, but my other one was missing, and so was like money and my Tylenol, just little things that mattered to me in a house that I was the only one who lived at. But let me make it so I have other people involved. Like, it's just, you know. And then they were going to make it look like I was trying to go get prescriptions, or I wasn't there to get prescriptions, or I already had, well, I was going to have to, I had to actually go to Walgreens and tell them that they erased all my prescriptions. And Walgreens knew that's what they did because those are all my prescriptions. So they had to fix it. They were pretty pissed about that one because they were hoping I was deader. So I had to walk around her with nothing on my leg. That made her look really pretty, though. Doesn't it? I look at her and I'm like, wow, you're beautiful. That makes you so much prettier than me. That's why I want to go see the cows. Thank you. That's why the car's insurancer is still under my namer. Because they can't get insurance. So she just wanted to make it sound like that's why I was just going over there to a guy named Alshauser. So I was like, that's not his real name. And I'm in Grand Rapids. But like one of the houses they brought me to was on Muskegon Road. So they could say Muskegon out loud because it was like a week after they stole my car and they were making it look like I was driving it back and forth from Muskegon to Grand Rapids. When actually I didn't know where it was. It was missing. It was stolen. It still is. So that wasn't me driving it back and forth to Muskegon. It was me here with no way to get anywhere. And they wanted me to drag all my medical supplies down the street in 100-degree weather. And so like when I have to go through this, like every time I go pick up a prescription and they do that to like my prescription, it gets my heart going big time, like pumping, because I know they're trying to kill me. And so I have to keep getting on here, and then you fucking idiots keep trying to make it look like it's funny. So it's not going to be funny. You're fucking... I don't know if you still want to be in my movie, or if you still want to get on there and make like that stupid little thing on Facebook about the community. Maybe it's not here, I don't know. But they've been doing it for so many years that whoever is making it look like they're me, all they know is every single piece of my mail has been changed around. But it's throw in the garbage. And Sesame Street mail. Never gonna open it. They were going to try and steal money out of my direct deposit this month. So that way, like, when I got it and I had actual money to, like, go buy, like, I don't know, maybe some flip-flops so I didn't have to be barefooted, they were going to try and steal it. He premeditatedly did that last month at the beginning of the month. He tried to, like, make up a number and say it out loud in the car and say, that's what you're getting, right? No. But were you planning on taking some out of there? Because you do got this really weird smell on you. I don't know what the fuck it is, because I've never smelled it before, and it's not pot. You're fucking... It's gross. So when they were ruining my bras, it was so silly funny because nobody's breaking in my room. I'm crazy. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That just happened. They cut off the metal clips on my bras. That way I would walk up to the corner. There's a tailor place. Then totally when I get there, they can be like, sorry, we don't take debit cards. We only take cash. So you need to walk to the ATM because floating wasn't an option and they stole my car. But if I was out walking around, it was Drugs's. And then if they ruined my stuff and I needed to go get it fixed, it was Drugs's. Well, see, I wouldn't have to go get it fixed if you didn't break my room and ruin it in the first fucking place. Not to mention it cost me money to fix it. And I'm not happy. Not one single bit happy. And you asked if I was happy. But I think you know the answer to that. Although this isn't about depression or some fake ass fucking psychiatrist of one of your people from the yacht club or any fucking loser that's pretending like that's what this is about. Because it's not. You're going to need psychiatry for the rest of your life after I get done with you. I promise you that one. You're fucking... The other thing that got me going was my eyeliner. Because then I know you were like touching my makeup. And see, my makeup's in my bedroom and it's in a makeup container and I put it on every day. So I know when something's not there. In fact, I did inventory for years on lots of stuff and I can usually just tell by looking at it if something's missing or you use some of it, which is fine, would be, if it was the fact that you're using it, but it's not. It's the fact that you take it and twist it all the way up so the whole fucking thing of eyeliner comes off of there. Whatever you go do with it in the garbage and leave an empty one inside my fucking makeup case so that I'm going to have to go somewhere and pay $7. And their $7 charge shows up. And apparently you guys buy drugs that are $7. You're fucking... What I'm saying is you're going to wish I was buying drugs. Wish. Did you know that Motel 6 is the same number as the ransom entrance? And the guy picking me up to go get my prescriptions that just switched the pricing around is picking me up from here to go get my prescriptions. He's the same guy who dropped me off at Motel 6 there and went and got that room there with bugs in it there. And so Ransom Entrance number 6 downtown Grand Rapids is kind of like the same as like Ransom Entrance Motel 6. And seeing how each of the locations have been premeditated and they wanted me to keep walking around to get hit by a car. I had no sidewalk on that side of the street and there was nowhere for me to walk down the highway to get to the store either. Yeah. Oh, this is premeditated. As soon as I say something like this out loud, they send me new mails or with fake writing on it. And then if I open it and read it, or that's the truth. You're fucking mom. Just like they changed my contract around at the yacht club, they changed my contract around at Planet Fitness too, because I swore her. They wanted to overdraft my bank account, and I was like, no, sir. You can take my money, sir. And they wouldn't take it. They said, we have to overdraft your account first. And no, sir. I don't know how you guys know or why you're helping try to do this to my bank account. But like Terrier and Sarah didn't want me to have one. So even the guy that just called me the other day wanted me to put money in my account. He wanted me to go cash a check for him in my checking account. Because they don't want me to have a checking account. Or he was going to make it look like I was cashing bad checks, sir. I was like, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. Because I know they're going to say it didn't go through. And either you guys just keep it, or you just don't want me to have a checking account. Because you told everybody I was on drugs, sir. Regardless of the fact I don't care what you tell everybody, sir. You're fucking mom. And I'll do this part again. Let's reiterate one thing. I have never seen crack. Never smoked crack. Never seen ice. In fact, I don't know what the fuck it is. I think maybe it's meth, but I've never seen that either. I may have smelled it. May have. I'm not sure because I don't know what the fuck it is. So, don't know what the fuck that is either. Oh my god, you're fucking... But I got bug bites her. So... They can go around and smoke cracks her and drive my car around her and make fake mails her. I don't know how many people they made fake mails her for, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot. Seeing how Lindsay Wiersma smoked cracks her. Oh my god, you're fucking... One of the locations they brought me to, like this guy named Daryl, he worked for the post office. Lindsay Wiersma and Juanita, actually, that I worked with at Brands, they left I was in Grand Rapids, so I was like, must have been here, so you guys bring me to the location she's been at before? Is that why you're doing this? And so when I got there was a whole bunch of old records there, and I was like, God, it looks like something my dad would have. Lindsay or probably stole them or... So, anyways, they made fake mails there for me. And when I got there, I was like trying to clean up this house because I had to stay there. I didn't have anywhere to stay there. I walked around for like 85 hours before I fell over dead. And I had to keep carrying my bags, nowhere to sit down at. So until I fell over dead or went to his house. So I went to his house. So by the time I got to his house, I started cleaning up when he was gone. And there was a, what do you call it? Oh, invite to a baby shower for Juanita Cummings and Lindsay Wiersma. So I was like, well, that's really odd because I don't speak to Lindsay Wiersma, and how the fuck am I at a location she was just at? And this place looks like a crackhead location. And I think she wanted me to walk inside her. Or maybe Michelle's her did, because, you know, Fred's her dead's her. But I don't give a fucker. You're fucking... You know, else I was thinking is Ailser is probably they don't tell me what they're like what drugs they sell. You guys are because I have this feeling that they know who I am, and so that's why they don't, sir. So I don't know what they have or So I've never seen Cracker. But I think that Lindsay Wiersma wanted to make it look like that's what I did her. And so when I got to that location, there was a car that looked a lot like this car that Joe she used to date had that he used to work on in his garage. And the only reason I know that is because Lindsay spied on him all the time. And she tells people she's a private investigator also. But yeah, that's probably how they get a hold of my mail. And so when she went and stalked him forever after they broke up. The only reason I would go is because I get to drive a car and I was learning how to drive a stick shift. I have no idea how I act. Anyways, it looked like his cars was an elder drives Wazer. So I don't know what the fuck it was doing there. But I have a feeling that Lindsay wanted to make it look like I brought it there. And I haven't seen them or him since high school. So I wouldn't know anything about it. But if you put me at that location, it'll look like that's what I did her. And so I think all that stuff at that house on Annette, somebody got a hold of her and pawned it. And I think it was my dad's. So they made my dad's think I pawned it. You're fucking mom. I packed $1 actually. Sick as I was, almost lost my leg over it. And spent $2,500 on the house. So there was no reason for me to pawn anything. I had money in my bank account. But I appreciate the love I got from them. I'll never forget it. And Charlie looked a lot like Zach Scissor. And Zach Scissor, he pretended like he was Charlie. But he's Zach Scissor. And his dad's a Doc Scissor. And Jack, or Charlie, or whatever the fuck his name is, Lindsay Wiersma dated. And they smoked crack together for a lot of years. And so I didn't recognize him because I only worked with him at Brands. And like I only seen him a couple times outside of Brands. And he was like, didn't recognize him. I didn't know him. But when I seen him and I paid him rent, which means they already were hacking my phone and knew I was going to show up there because I didn't have anywhere else to go and I needed to rent somewhere. So they set that powder upper. And when Charlie took the monies, I think he did crack scissor. Because the next time I seen him, it was like, and I was like, I think that looks like Jack. Because he was like, it looks like, I was like, yeah, I think that's Zach. So I think that's how she got into my medical records. Yeah. When they were getting on there, like, oh my God, you're going to have to like totally pay for this. You can just do it over the phone. What's your card number again? Oh my God. We just made you a fake mail scissor and made it look like your insurance doesn't cover her. So you're going to be $80, sir. Thank you. That was all that's left in my counter. But you guys go do Cracker. Everybody will think I did her because there's no money left in my account. And it really shows up on my health insurance that it was covered her. That's where they messed up, though. Her biggest mistake was that one piece card that I found with their names on it. Because then I was like, they know Daryl, so they know this guy, and he's not worried about me being in his house. I can't put my finger on why though. Oh, because I'm not the one doing drugs, is her. Oh. feel like I'm being hunted though. Like, why am I the one being hunted? And people I like, they wink at me. Then I'll be like, in my head, I go, move your ears. And then one of them will go really quick and look at me and move their ears. Then I'm like, wink. And then they'll wink at me. But I don't say it out loud. It's really weird. So I have fun when I go see the cows. I have to go all the way over there though to drive over there. That thing. I might not know what a buggy is or a fucking cart or whatever. The gas tank is. Oh, I'm the only one I think out of the whole entire world that when I pulled up it was $5 a gallon. I don't know why. I just made that up though. I must have just made that up. You know what else? Is they were like, you can only go pick up your prescriptions on